Grand rising, grand afternoon, grand evening, or grand rest, wherever you are, whenever you tune in. This is going to be Oracle at Dawn, Rare Love Edition. Before we go into the cards, I'm going to say a quick command blessing over these messages, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm also going to do a quick sound check. If at all possible, we shall see. All right, sound is good. Let's get into these cards. Dear source of all that is, was, and will ever be, I thank you today and each and every day for all that you do and all that you do as we stand in divine authority, commanding in alignment with the divine perfect will. By the power of the divine law, we open our lives to abundant security, stability, and protection. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. Every curse, case, cause, concern, conflict, and negative confrontation, and every evil eye and ill wish dissolves into nothingness by the radiance of divine light. We command true prosperity to flow into our lives. Prosperity that nourishes our souls, sustains our bodies, and blesses all who walk with us. Wealth and resources are now aligned to our highest purposes. We command good fortune to follow us in all things. Doors of opportunity open before us effortlessly, and every step we take is guided by divine favor. We call forth true love, divinely ordained, harmonious, and eternal. Our hearts and souls are aligned to receive and give love in its purest, most sacred form. May our paths be illuminated, our spirits fortified, and our lives a testament to the boundless grace of the Creator. So it is, so it is, so it is, and so it shall be. All right, let's get into these messages. Let me pull up this live on my other device here. All right, things are looking good. So what we have here, beloveds, is an accumulation of cards over a few days' time. Each time that a card would fall separate from the deck as I was shuffling them and putting them away, I would save that card and gradually build a message here. It's going to be in parts. This isn't all one particular message, all right? What we have on display in the upright here are your feelings, attitude, and expectations. And then we will go into the remainder of the love message with the rest of the cards, and of course, drawing for more as we go along. Well, hello there, Goth Jesus, grand rising or grand afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. And happy Monday to you. Yes, happy Monday. All right, we're going to go into this card first. We have the dead end, not to be taken for face value, because it doesn't actually mean that the collective is at a dead end when it comes to love at all. It's actually quite the contrary, as this is also representative of a positive new beginning. Whether you are already in a relationship and partnered up, or you are single and ready to mingle. With the dead end card, it is looking so good. The final chapter, the closed door, the impasse. But the end that you face is very much a beginning. And this could very well be the end of just the way things are, not necessarily the end of a relationship in and of itself. Whatever this ending is, though, which for some of the collective could very well be the end of a relationship, but it's also a positive new beginning. Doors are opening, and not just the one you planned on walking through. Continue being forthright and courageous to accept, adjust, and adapt as these changes are being made. This is leading into a rapture. Devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure, and love are all on this card. So, overwhelmed by love and completely breathless in a moment of rapture. Rose became another word for Eros. Rose became another name because the symbol for love, beauty, and passion is bringing a message about receiving and giving love. And in terms of your feelings, attitudes, and expectations, you are ready to give and receive love in its purest, most sacred form. No matter how you identify, your passion is sacred and holy. Now, with the Divine Intuitions card, in terms of your feelings, attitudes, and expectations, you know in your heart of hearts that whatever this is pertaining to love, that your intuitions have been true to you, and they are most certainly on cue at this time. Guided by cosmic whispers, navigating realms beyond sight, navigating love, harnessing your own wisdom and insight instead of listening to others when it comes to love. Because there are people out there who do not want to see you with your one true love. They don't want to see us with our one true love. But the ones we listen to are inspired by a higher power and deeper consciousness, always guiding us towards truth. You are trusting this intuition and allowing it to guide your actions and decisions, especially during times of uncertainty or a complex situation. Which means some of you have been dealing with a complex situation when it comes to love. But Holy Spirit keeps saying over and over again, every time I get on this subject of changes in a relationship, divine feminine and sacred masculine do not and will not be jumping from one ship to another. Grandest Risings, Jim in the building. Yes, Jim, as soon as you said how many were in the chat, the majority of them disappeared. Apparently, they don't like being called out. Grandest Risings, Buntastic Bro Star, Marlin. What's up in the building? Yes. Yes, there are too many folks like that. Because misery loves company, Marlon. Oh, I know. I understood. You were referring to those who do not want to see us with our one true love. I perfectly understood, as those intuitions are on point and on fire. Litty, litty, litty AF. Yes. This particular archetype is a priestess archetype. And so this is part of the feelings, attitudes, and expectations of the collective at this time. This doesn't have to completely describe you. It's just where we are in this moment, all right? Embodying enlightenment, divine wisdom, serenity, as well as a sense of higher purpose and connection. So, especially for those of you going out of a relationship, this is like the Most High saying, before you go jumping from one ship to another, don't be doing that, okay? Pivot to that sense of higher purpose and connection first. They can have their empresses and their emperors, okay? We're here for the high priestess, the magician, and the hierophant energy. The high priestess. Okay. Which is trusting ourselves above all else. those intuitions, but with this subtle knowing that it's not us. It's something more high frequency, high vibration, guiding us. So, the common good and inner peace, as well as self-control, are also unique insights. Something about more of that in terms of feelings, attitudes, and expectations are coming in or are already in the environment of the collective. Some kind of shadow work, fostering spiritual growth, altruism, inner peace, and self-control. Grandest risings, Billy, in the building. Welcome, welcome. And to everyone, happy Monday to you. Yes, introspection and a balance between our intuition and reason, as well as the nature of our inner harmony. That's where our feelings are at, and our attitude and expectations. Interconnectedness. Grounding. In order to avoid illusion, as we can see right through those illusions with this divine intuitions card. So that also means no matter where you are, whether you're currently in a relationship or a potential partner has already been made known to you, or you're single, seeing through the illusions, remaining grounded. In terms of complex situations, some of you may be going through a breakup or soon, but it's like you're already emotionally and mentally prepared for it. And you're not even that unhappy about it because you've already been preparing for it spiritually. And now you're preparing for it emotionally and mentally, and have been doing so and remaining grounded as indicated by the Divine Intuition card. Good morning. BJ Wilson / Just Me says hello, except in her own hi. Greetings to you and welcome, welcome. So, we know that our intuitions will not lead us astray in terms of love. Now, we also have the mystical shaman in terms of the collective's feelings, attitudes, and expectations. Let me just, there we go. I don't know how the lighting is on your guys' end, but I have it turned down on my end. In terms of feelings, attitudes, and expectations of the collective, considering the ability to live without attachment. For some of you, you're neither in a solid relationship or single and ready to mingle. It's more like single and not ready to mingle, or ready to be single instead of a mingle. Putting together some of the pieces of the puzzle in terms of your own dreams. Acting on inspiration and divine impulse instead of being guided by others or even manipulated by others. Becoming more of a mystery to yourself. Letting go of the story altogether, as well as any need to validate or explain to anyone, not even yourself. That is the way to the most extraordinary life, to just become a blank slate. Allow the form of your dreams and desires to just show up as it will. But be careful what you pray for. Especially attachments, certain attachments that make you feel happy, prosperous, loved. But you are seeing your dream coming into being. Perhaps you've been telling yourself a certain story about love for so long. Like, only when you reach this particular goal you'll be happy, or this particular goal and you'll be happy, or this particular goal and you'll be happy. You didn't even notice that you're no longer even the same person who wanted the outcomes that are now coming in for you. You've already moved on beyond those stories. This is a new story for the collective here. But to a degree, these are really just insights and teachable moments as we're being guided to let go of the story, the old version that if anyone were to say is true, it would be defamation and slander. Time to admit to yourself that you need to imagine a new story that is more in alignment with who you have become. This is even just one in a million moments, beloveds. Let it go. Let what once was just be a story and move on. Better tales are waiting to be told. We also have the grandmothers. This is about ancestral work in order to assist the collective in that letting go process. This requires a rare and unique form of forgiveness, going all the way back to the beginning. Letting go of the story, forgiving, blessing, and releasing all the way back. Many lifetimes, many love stories. And Holy Spirit is saying primarily what we're letting go of in terms of that is our old way of how we think about it, how we feel about it. Doing a bit of ancestral healing sets us free. Free to love again with a blank page. Which also means letting go of any stories that were actually attached to our elders and our ancestors that may have created a loop, so to speak, like a reliving in some kind of way, like reliving their love stories. We're being called to let all of that go. We're being called to play our part in this time of healing. Integrate what we have inherited. Changing. Oh, healing. Also, confirmation of remaining grounded. It's almost like they're leaning into a fire with a spiral at the center of it. And all of the grandmothers in the background are warming their hands because they're trusting in that sacred fire. Trusting that what is ready to be released can now go up in flames. But it's also very grounding. Fires, as long as you're not afraid of fire, of course, can be very grounding. Contained fires are very grounding. And there is a contained fire within you that is ready for your partner. Whether it's in business or romance, in a current relationship, a potential relationship, or you are just single and haven't even really been dating enough to know whether there's any potential yet. Whatever the case, you are ready to give and receive love in its purest, most sacred form. Hello, Heidi. Thank you so very much for popping in. Happy Monday. Can't fill old love stories of others. Yes. If you can't feel others' love stories, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that means that you don't even have to try to be a blank page ready to just follow your own intuitions and write your own story. Which also involves releasing the old story, because a new one is ready to unfold. All right, now we're going to go back into each deck. Before we go into these cards that are laid out across the table, we're going to go back into each deck and we're going to go over the feelings, attitudes, and expectations of your partner or potential partner. One card. Feelings, attitudes, and expectations of your partner or potential thereof. We have, whoa, the mirror. For some of you, you are either entering a twin flame connection or you're about to. There's someone out there, or even close by to you, for some of you, who believes that they are your twin flame. Because remember, this round of cards is representing your partner. And I will be able to indicate in what part of this new story is business and what part of this new story is romantic. In terms of twin flames, although it doesn't always seem or feel romantic, you don't really have a twin flame for vocation. Soulmates, yes. You can have more than one soulmate, actually, to connect to in terms of vocation and your career goals and bizzo. But this isn't about that at all. Beautiful. It's as though they are, when they look at you, they feel as though they are witnessing parts of themselves. The mirror can shatter, it can flatter, it can distort, reflect, and project. But this is a twin flame showing us all that we deem to be true. They recognize the power and the danger of the mirror, as it is a construct that can be broken. It can be shattered, creating sharp shards between you and your true self. But in terms of twin flames, if there is any confusion or doubt involved, they aren't your twin flame. Because if they were your twin flame, then it would be undeniable. There wouldn't be any confusion about it whatsoever. But to just put it down and just allow things to appear as they are, the comparisons fall away. It's like some partners act as like a mirror, an inner mirror, though, because they trigger feelings, attitudes, and expectations within us for us to take a look at. But I'm here to say that you are not required to do any kind of healing in order to connect with your twin flame. That is a myth, and might I say, an all-out lie. You don't have to do any kind of healing exercises to be with your twin flame. Now, for some of you, this isn't a twin flame per se. It's just a soulmate who has so much in common with you that, you know, you share the same visions and very like-minded, okay? So they're mirroring you in that aspect. They could be mirroring you right now. You could be doing a lot of the same things, movements, actions, schedules, this, that, and the other. Synchronizing without any direct knowledge of it. Whether you're together and just living separate or you're living separate altogether. If you're sitting on a couch right now, looking out the window, for some of you, so is your partner. That is how this type of rare love works. And I don't have the ability to break it down any further like that. I have a lot more studying to do before I could answer any kind of questions around how that works. It just does. All right. Let's keep going in terms of your partner's feelings, attitudes, and expectations. There will be a part 2 to this session later on. In about, we'll just say, about 3.5 hours from now, I will be going live again with a part 2. Okay, we got 2 cards in this position for your partner, which is perfectly fine. Brothers of the Rose and Release the Petals. Sacred Masculine. Wow. So there is definitely both twin flame and soulmate energy in the orbit of the collective. Whether you are the sacred masculine or this is your partner or potential partner. It's right here. This in and of itself is a sign that a new story is unfolding, whether or not you have let go of the old one yet or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's unfolding as it is, as it should, as it shall. Honor, protection, and support. Sacred masculine becoming even more devoted to the divine feminine. That's what this card is all about. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, for this particular card, I'm going to actually read from the guidebook for you. There we go. I just tapped on the screen of my other device in the background so that there could be a little bit more light on these cards. Hopefully you can see them a little bit better now. I do not own a ring light nor a teleprompter, FYI. That may even be a message that some of you may feel inclined to share with your own soulmate or twin flame or partner in some other kind of way. All right. Here we go. From the book for this one, this is a card of the sacred masculine. Like the feminine, the sacred masculine exists within each one of us, and together we're all being called to balance both energies within us. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps this is what it means to birth a new world. The sacred, mature masculine is something so needed in our world. It's the part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine. It recognizes the goddess within all of life, including the earth and the cosmos, Holy Spirit just said. Committed to protecting and living in devotion to the feminine. The sacred masculine knows living and overpowering, enduring, and conquering are not all helpful. The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective but not defensive. Interesting timing considering that this is the position of the collective's partner. Their feelings, attitudes, and expectations. And the very description of the book is nailing it down. Yes. This also involves ancestral healing of the masculine side of the family. So we have both the masculine or paternal and the feminine maternal. But this is healing that has been being done because it's in the now. So to some degree, either consciously, unconsciously, or otherwise, the collective has already been doing that kind of work. Yes, right here. Oh my gosh. It makes more sense now why those cards came out together. Release the petals. Death and rebirth. Shedding. Transformation. All forms of change. Right there. So you have, the collective has already been doing the work. Oops. I'll put them back up in the wrong order. Your partner, okay, whether they are a man or a woman, doesn't matter. They're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within that's maturing and rising. Otherwise, being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine within themselves as well as those around them, which would be you. So, ultimately, in terms of feelings, attitudes, and expectations, they've really just been tending to their own garden and working on themselves. Not focused on healing in order to be the perfect partner. That also is a myth and illusion. There's no such thing as the perfect partner. That needs to be released. Transformation, death, rebirth. This is their feelings, not yours. Feelings, attitudes, and expectations. There comes a point when we can't go back. Okay? This is the attitude of your partner. That it comes to a point in life where there is no going backwards. And that things will never be the same. But the energy of this card is twinning somewhat with this card. The dead end. The shedding of various parts. The rose hip knows, and the phoenix does too. That we need to surrender what was to the earth to one day be transformed anew. So if you know this, and your partner knows this, you're definitely mirroring each other. Oops. You're definitely both shedding the old, nevertheless. Preparing for what is becoming. Surrendering what was. It's not only their attitude, but it's also their expectation, which means they're, to some degree, expecting you to do that blessing and releasing as well. Not necessarily at the exact same time. That's amazing. Invaded. Welcome, by the way. Thank you so very much for popping in. Happy Monday. And they say, extremely good. Thanks, God. I'm very happy. My wife is more happier. I'm glad. That's wonderful. When you're happy, that makes me happy. Unless, of course, being awful to another person makes someone happy, then I wouldn't be happy about them being happy about something like that. But we're not pertaining particularly to you, because I'm feeling the posy vibes. I'm feeling very good, happy feelings and good, good, good vibrations. Yes. So, their attitude is that what once was is no longer, and what will soon be is not yet. It's time to release with wild abandon for the chance to begin again. Another indication of an ending followed by a positive new beginning. When we gather the courage to release what once was, we're greeted by the fruits of the future. And fruits of the Spirit has been on my mind and on my heart for several weeks now. Ever since December, actually, like mid-December. It could have even been as far back as November, but it was definitely more intensified by December. Your partner wants you to let go of anything and anyone that you could be clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take its place. All right. Now, going into. Oh, dang, I just dumped salt everywhere. Going into my own creation, the Shadow Work deck, for more of your partner's feelings, attitudes, and expectations. All right. We have one out. Sorry, I was tidying up my mess with the salt. We have authority in terms of your partner's feelings, attitudes, and expectations. Something about calling back our energy every chance we get. Interestingly enough, we have a priest and a priestess now on the table. These are definitely divinely orchestrated, divine unions and connections here. Divine counterparts. No matter where you put yourself in this story. Definitely some soulmate connections, as well as some twin ray unions. that are about to occur. Embodying spiritual and moral leadership. Your partner is examining relationships and reassessing how these authoritative roles are going to work. If their old way of authoritizing even works at all. Holy Spirit just said, come correct or not at all. Leading with compassion, understanding, and respect. Fostering a supportive and nurturing environment for spiritual growth for everyone involved, not just themselves. And they just want to have a little chit chat about how you express and manage authority. This isn't a confrontational chit chat, though. It's not a negative confrontation, anyways. It's like your partner, whether they're a man or a woman, in the divine masculine energy. They just really want to share some insights based on their own experiences. They're not trying to come in and change you. But they do want you to call back your energy. Take command over your spiritual authority. Now, going into the mystical shaman oracle deck, let's see what else we have in terms of your partner's feelings, attitudes, and expectations. I just heard hold on loosely. In other words, don't be clingy, don't be smothering, but don't let go. Feelings, attitudes, and expectations of the collective's partner. Please. Oh, goodness. We have water out again. You could both be water signs. Water sun signs. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio sun signs. Or they are, or you are. Either way, the energy of the water element is present, and this is about their feelings and attitudes. Cleansing. Indication that they have already been doing the work in terms of cleansing out, blessing and releasing, purifying, renewing. They're inviting you to watch your emotions, knowing that they're going to be changeable. Indication of not settling. for anything less than what they have to offer. Even if you decide that they are not for you, they want the best for you, okay? They do. They want the best for you. And they want you to be in the flow. They want you to feel joy and feel it fully. But if you're sad at this time, they also want you to fully experience that as well, to avoid bypassing and just allow it to move through you. They want you to know that the opportunity to be with them is arising no matter what. And they want you to go with it. They've been cleansing unwanted energy and sticky feelings. Sonia, hello, beautiful sister. Grand afternoon, bestie in the building. Hello, hello, beautiful sister. Thank you so very much for popping in. My bestie, my bestie. Oh, I love you too. I love you. You. Yes. So your partner also feel as though you are overflowing with potential here. Proceeding and sustaining. Mm. They're they're definitely in this process of renewal. And they're expecting it to be a little bit messy, but totally worth it. Awesome, Sonia. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much. So, their thoughts on your connection is to, it may be a little bit messy from time to time, but it's worth it. All right. Now we're going to go into what brings you together. Let's see. I think for this portion of the message, I'm going to break out the spirit animal deck. So that we can discover together what brings us and our partners together. And then we're going to close this live out for now. And I will be returning sometime after 10 a.m. Eastern Time for part 2. So here we go. What brings the collective together with their true love, partners. Purest, truest, in the most sacred form. We're going to make a full pass. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's a full pass. You will not believe. What's this one? We are about to enter into the year of the fire horse. And we are meant to carry over that energy into the remainder of this particular life. With the combination of the horse and the snake, this is the Ouroboros. Wow. Wow. You guys, I cannot believe this. I mean, I can, but wow. Let's take a look at the energy of the horse, as well as the energy of the fire horse, because it's going to be relevant. Let me get my little cheat sheet out of the way. I have notes on what steps to do in a love reading. All right, let's see. Fire horse. Meaning. Intense energy, independence, and a drive for personal growth, encouraging bold actions and swift decision making. This is part of what brings you together. So for some of you, regardless of your circumstances and position at this time in terms of relationships, you're meant to come together with your one true love this year. The year of the fire horse. It begins on the 17th of February and ends February 5th, 2027. This is a dynamic energy bringing the collective together with their one true love. Passionate and intense qualities of the fire element, creating a unique and powerful astrological influence. Dynamic energy, encouraging individuals to pursue goals with confidence, including relationship goals, with decisiveness. Bold actions, bold decisions, and embracing new beginnings, as the energy of the year favors those who take risks. This is the energy bringing you together with your one true love, okay? Whether you believe you're already with them or not. Also, social connections and creative endeavors that flourish. A strong desire for expression and finding oneself at the center of social activities. It can also lead to impulsive decisions and emotional intensity. So it's essential. There's that grounding. Now it makes so much sense why the importance of grounding came out earlier. Or remaining grounded. Collective. Whether you're with your partner, you've met your potential partner, or you're single and unaware. That grounding. This, your partner, your one true love, believes you to be grounded and solid. And that's part of the energy that's bringing you together. Not literally solid. Like, in terms of security, safety, stability, and a strong foundation, in terms of sustenance, context of character. Mindfulness and clear communication are also bringing you together, while also allowing you to avoid misunderstandings. Embracing change, focusing on goals, and balancing activity with rest. All of these messages have been coming out for several weeks, if not months straight. And it's all coming together to basically induct us into the year of the fire horse. Personal transformations, as well as pursuing new ventures, are bringing you together. Taking advantage of opportunities that arise, setting clear goals, proactive approach, and harnessing the fire horse's dynamic energy effectively is what's bringing you together. The intense energy of the fire horse can also lead to burnout if not managed properly. So, the importance of that temperance between activity and rest is going to be characterized all throughout 2026, as well as your relationships, your love connections, a blend of passion, but still some independence, of course, a strong drive for personal growth, making it a powerful time for taking action and pursuing one's ambitions. Your partner or potential partner wants you to maintain that independence. They respect and admire that, and it's part of what's bringing you together. Now, in terms of the snake, the guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The magic that is awakening within you and your partner is bringing you together. Untapped potential that is being tapped. Revealing more of your full potential is bringing you together. Your charisma, your creativity, your almost meditative qualities. Being single and unaware means that you're single and you are unaware that your soulmate or twin flame um is being prepared for you, or that they're coming your way, or they could even already be in your environment or close by in your community or in a workplace, and you're just unaware of it yet, like your intuitions haven't quite caught on and clued you in yet. Perhaps that message and feeling and experience is still on its way in for you. Or you could be single and you've been spending time with your true love, but you're unaware that they are the one, which means they wouldn't be a twin flame because there wouldn't be any unawareness or confusion if it were a twin flame. But you can have a soulmate nearby and be unaware that they are your soulmate. This horse is also about momentum, expansive energy, and with our one true love, we can achieve anything. No one's giving up. No one's giving in. Fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. These connections, these true love connections, cannot be defeated. Cannot be defeated. For those who may be trying to cause that, message. Meanwhile, in the background, you hone in, and they are honing in on collecting the energy through different daily practices that are creating that force, momentum, and expansive energy for you. Some kind of strength training, but this is more involving spiritual and emotional and mental strength training. Yes, it is a very strong love, especially with the synchronicity with the horse. And we're entering the year of the fire horse. But there's also something significant about the energy of the snake and the Ouroboros that is bringing the collective together with their partner. And it has a lot more to do with that creative potential. Ooh, so this is representing the eternal cycle of destruction and rebirth. So both of these cards carrying somewhat of the same energy. Signifying unity, transformation, and the continuous nature of existence. So, whether it's a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection, it's eternal. Multiple lifetimes, multiple love stories have already unfolded with this energy. And the energy of the fire horse will not be returning in our lifetime after this year. So this is it for this energy. renewal, wholeness for infinity. So after this connection is fully realized in its full potential between you and your partner, whether you're already together or not, doesn't matter. There will not be any more spinning the block. There will not be any more looping. This is it. This is the energy of your one true love, being supported by cosmic energies, bringing it closer or bringing it together. Let's see what we have going on at the bottom. Oh my gosh. It may as well just be another horse. No joke. Wow. So now we have divine counterparts out twice. We have the masculine, rational, logical brain and the feminine, spiritual, intuitive, imaginative, mysterious. Confirmation of those divine counterparts. And we're going to be returning to this energy once I figure out a way to get everything displayed better here. We're going to be returning to this energy in part 2. In terms of what's bringing you together or closer together, depending on your circumstances, recognizing the divinity within each other, as well as the higher wisdom. The mind says maybe, or it could be, or no way. If it's saying no way, it's definitely not a twin flame. Because again, there would not be any doubts or confusion on twin flames. The very contemplation explains our relationships with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder where our intuitions come from and if we can really trust them. Trusting in our intuitions is bringing us together. The unicorn comes to wake us up to the curiosity, not only about our higher selves and the divine, but of higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, yes. Higher love. I already posted that song recently in the community section as a channeled song of the day. But there's probably, more than likely, not even probably, more than likely there's going to be another channeled song of the day coming from part 2. Something beyond our day-to-day lives. The way we question, explore, and contemplate the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond. A deeper dimension to our experiences. reaching and reaching and reaching and grasping something more. Being on that quest for answers is bringing you together or closer together, depending on your personal circumstances. With no surprise, the unicorn is the sixth chakra, the third eye, our intuitions, the command center. Our intellect, intuition, and deeper wisdom are bringing us together with our one true love. Wow. For simply being on a quest for answers, that curiosity about more of your full potential in and of itself is bringing you together or drawing you closer together. But as you can see here, there's so much more to come. Okay, we'll also be going back into these decks for more, as well as incorporating at least 2 other decks in part 2. All right, I'm going to draw this to a close here. And when we return for part 2, we'll be going over more of what's bringing you together with your divine counterparts, but also strengths and qualities and so much more. I want to thank you so very much, Multiversal Soul Familia, for tuning in. With much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours, brightest of blessings and agape, omni love to all. And one more thing. I love you. You. I do. I do. I do. See you in part 2. Peace.